Today on Adventures with Leo Schumaker, I have the privilege of talking to Alabama Mike about his music, his past, and his future. We're at the Blues Festival in Tacoma. It's a wonderful venue. We're going to be sitting outside today and Mike's going to be singing. Now, Mike, you're a chef, correct?
Yes, self-taught.
What do you cook?
Well, what you would call Southern style soul food. So everything that goes with that. Anywhere from, the collard greens, smothered turkey, gumbo, obviously a lot of barbecuing, grilling, just about anything got to do with Southern soul food. Because that's the way I was raised.
Where were you raised at?
Talladega, Alabama.
Uh-huh. Did your family cook a lot?
Yeah, we in the earlier, like when my grandmother was living, we'd all meet at her house on Sundays, and all my aunts and all the families would come together on Sundays at my grandmother's house, and everybody would cook and bring their favorite dishes and pastries and baked goods and all kinds of stuff.
Now, you also were influenced by your family for music. Did your parents teach you how to play music? Did they influence you?
Yeah, I could say influence because my dad was a quartet singer, and so in my he would take us around with him, and that's all I knew growing up was him being a quartet singer. That's all he sang, gospel quartet.
What was the name of the group?
The Gospel Harmonizers, and they toured in and around the southeastern part of the states, in and around Alabama, Florida, Tennessee. Mississippi, like that.
We're talking to Alabama Mike about his appearance here at the Tacoma Blues Festival. He played last night at that nice little venue across the street and over here at the patio. We enjoyed your singing. You had everybody singing up the storm. Mississippi.
Oh, you got it.
That was wonderful. I love that. Now, you're also a member of the Greaseland All-Stars, which includes Kid Anderson and a bunch of people, because Kid is a producer, correct?
Exactly, yeah. He produced the last two single releases that I put out. He produced those, yeah.
And you've been nominated for a Blues Foundation Male Soul Blues Artist, and your album, Stuff I've Been Through, has been nominated.
And that was a big shout out to the Blues Foundation for recognizing me and recognizing the work that I've been putting in for quite a while. So it's good to see that now, they're really been supportive and helping me with my career as far as giving me a broader platform.
Excellent. And Little Village Records, what a wonderful label that is.
Oh yeah, the great Jim Pugh, the CEO, and we happen to be good friends. It's wonderful to work with Little Village Foundation. A lot of different eclectic, broad artists from all backgrounds and all types of music. Really supportive, and it's just a great thing that they do to help independent artists kind of get a platform to launch off into, career. And a lot of them have, and bigger, and do greater things.
I like the blues, soul, mariachi music, folk music. Jim Pugh does everything for Little Village Records. We're so excited to have him do this for all of us, because we need to have this music out, and it's supposed to be inspiring, and it is by Jim Pugh, Little Village Records. We're talking to Alabama Mike about his music. Now, do you have any albums out now?
Well, the latest release was Stuff I've Been Through, and I'm getting ready to go back in the studio this fall and work on another project to be released in 2027.
Excellent. Yeah. So how do you get inspired to write music? Because you write a lot of your own songs. How do you do it?
Well, it comes in different ways. Some songs I start with a concept, and it takes maybe several years to really put it together. And sometimes I could just be inspired and write 3 or 4 songs in one setting, but most of the times it's come from things I've experienced, a lot of stuff I experienced, and from other people's experience as well. But I like to write from reality, so it's something that people can view and relate to in the modern time, like now. You know, I know that people love to write about traditional music, but what I like to do is when I write a song, and most of my music that I do write, and when I perform, in my performance, you will be learning something about me, the artist, something about me, something. So it'll be like I'm giving my little epitaph or whatever it is in my music, so you won't have to have somebody write an autobiography or whatever after I'm gone, because I'm writing it in my song. You know something about me in my song. So a lot of people don't do that. They might do a whole show and you don't know who that person is. It didn't come through in the writing. Maybe they don't have artistic control to do that, but I do. So that's the way I write.
Alabama Mike, tell me all about the songs he writes and his life. Now, who influenced you when you first started besides your parents? Was there an artist that said, I'm going to be a blues man?
No, it never, I tell you what, I always liked the blues, and what really got me is I like storytelling, and I never got to see Lightning Hopkins live, but I used to listen to a lot of his records, and I liked the way he told the stories, easy to follow, and you know what I mean, and great stuff, original stuff. So I liked it. I just took a liking to that, and I liked the blues for that. I liked the call and response style and the storytelling. So I just kind of took to it. And I've involved in other areas, and some stuff might go off a little off the what would you might call traditional, but that doesn't matter. I follow the way the song leads. I don't try to box it up or anything like that. I let it breathe, let it have its own, take its own life, get its own legs. I just go with it.
That's beautiful. I love that. That's great. Now, your records, how many have you released? You've released one album so far?
No, I have about 6 solo projects out. So I started in 2003. So I got like 6 different projects, 6 different solo releases.
We're talking to Alabama Mike. You go to alabamamikeblues.com for more information. He'll be playing today at the Tacoma Blues Festival. We're going to have a great time. You fired the crowd up last night. I love that. That was a wonderful thing because everybody, like you said, call and response.
Yeah.
Over there across the street, and then you had them over here, and people were excited to see you.
That's doing my job. I want to make sure they know who I am before I leave. That's my job. So they can know something about me and who I am. That's what I want. And then be entertaining. You know, we gotta have some fun. That's what we're here for. So, yeah.
Does anybody ever come to you and say, I want to be a blues soul singer? What do I need to do?
Oh, no, I haven't had that. No, I think that people really, you know, you can tell when somebody is really hanging around and soaking it up. But the people I have come across, like young people, they really kind of got a grip on what they want to do. I didn't come up like that as a youngster. I didn't know anything. I just wanted to have a release artistically. So that's why I started it. I just wanted something that felt good. I just kept doing it. A good friend of mine kind of mentored me. He's going on Country Pete McGill. Kind of mentored me. So when I left Alabama, it's really when I really got into the blues. When I came to California, they had a scene going on there, and I just got job. I drove a truck. So I really couldn't just take off and do blues after I had a family to raise, pay bills and stuff. But there's quite a few young guys that want to do this stuff, and they're out now. It's out now, and I want to be a blues man. You know what I mean? Really, and they don't want to be successful. So that's their goal, but it wasn't really my goal. Like I say, it just kind of like evolved into, and I just took hold of it and kept doing it, and it became prosperous for me, I can say. And just kept going with it. I enjoy it. I love it.
Alabama Mike, telling you his life story, telling you about the blues, soul, and rock and roll, a little bit of rock and roll sometimes, and call and response, and how to fire a crowd up, how to be inspired. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw.
Oh,
you were lucky, Alameda, when you were stationed there, Oakland's a big blues area.
Yes, it is.
Soul, I used to listen to KSOL, all those great radio stations, and it felt good. So.
Yeah, it was. When I got there, the scene, it's a little faded out now, but when I got there, it was still thriving live. You know, they had Eagle Live, Mile High Club. It was a big touring artist used to come through. A lot of touring artists, soul artists used to come through there. Johnny Taylor, Bobby Bland. You know, in the early, when they were still out, you know, in the early 80s, when they were still out kicking, you know what I mean? So you could see guys, and they had those clubs, Jukes was open in and around Richmond, California, which is where I was. And you could just go see live blues, man, it was a thing. And so yeah, it was early in my development. I was kind of hanging in there and digging it, and learning some stuff, soaking it up from the you know, the veteran guys that were still around doing it. And so Jimmy McCracken and Wilmo Slim was there. Shoot, it was everybody was there. Everybody was there.
I remember Johnny Hooker had the
Hooker was going, yeah.
He had a special booth, red leather. I mean, Johnny Hooker had some class.
Oh yeah.
And you talk about the past artists. I saw a lot of them. Luckily for me, like Lightning Hopkins, the man could dress well.
Yeah.
And that's really a big thing. Presentation is a lot.
Oh yeah. You put your best foot forward, because you never know if you profess every day. You should try to put something together. You can't, you know, it was just like you want to talk to somebody about business, and then the first thing I'm gonna do, they gonna look at you and say, oh, wait a minute, you know, he's talking like it, but no, you don't have to look. So I don't know. So,
no tank tops when you do business. No cargo shorts. You got to look sharp.
You have to look sharp.
And for the women that want to come see you, if they left their husbands or boyfriends in the couch sitting in a tank top, and they come over to see you, and they want to be influenced, and they want to look at a good-looking person, right?
Exactly. You want to look different from people that's out in the crowd. You don't want to be looking like you just walked up or just got off the job or just got through working on the car and raggedy jeans on and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to present yourself. It don't matter if you are singing blues or whatever they might say. Those guys, whatever they had, it was clean and neat, and they put it together and they prepared to present themselves. But at the end of the day, you want somebody to invest. And you working for your next gig, right there.
That's
Every chance you get up.
There could be an agent sitting there or
Right
a record
there.
producer going, ooh, this guy is good.
Yeah.
And he has a presence because you're going to be in the album cover, right?
Exactly. That's what you're working for. Every time, every opportunity, give it your best shot.
Well, Alabama Mike, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thanks.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you today at the big stage over here at the Tacoma Blues Festival. And I'm looking forward to hearing your music.
All right, then. We're going to have some fun today. Sure.
Thank you.
All right.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh yeah.